Welcome to RPG Reanimators. It's a live actual play of Tell Me, Have You Seen the Yellow Sign by Kevin Ross. This is our second episode, and Zander is GMing for us, but I believe we have a recap by Jerry Bradshaw, our intrepid reporter.
After we have a mildly tasty, moderately greasy dinner at Marlene's, Jerry heads back to his cramped studio apartment and then starts ticking away at a typewriter, trying to come up with a draft of this tell-all story to then publish in the New Orleans Gazette. Let's see. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Title. Fuck it, I'll worry about that later. All right. If you were to open the pages of our competitor newspaper, The Herald, you'd find articles galore on excitement and plans for New Orleans' upcoming Mardi Gras festival. After thumbing through the news, editorials, arts and life, and classifieds, you might happen to see a small article about Peter Gavin, who police are saying jumped off a building at Tulane University in an apparent suicide. The police are lying. Gavin was a reporter and a friend of mine at the New Orleans Gazette, and while I've seen my share of bodies and violent crimes in this city, I haven't seen anything like this yet. He appeared to be mauled by some sort of animal and fell off a mountain instead of a 3-story building. He held in his hand a possible lead in his story relating to the most honorable crew of swords, a group of the city's wealthy elite who seem to know more than they're willing to let on, as well as a strange symbol of some kind of icon or logo. Jack Creighton, the new money oil mogul, Dennis Bouchard, one of our city's beloved playboys and gamblers, and blue blood matron Rosa Fowler. Into space for notes here. Let's see. Antiquarian Francois Avedon is taken to locking himself in his home. Gavin was in touch with him, but he doesn't seem very inclined to talk to anyone new. He's either paranoid of the crew or afraid of what they'll do to him. He may also just have fallen off his rocker, claiming some king in yellow is coming to remove all the colors from our city's festival. Find way inside. Let's see. Crichton, big temper, asshole, get an interview. Bouchard, likes to gamble and rare antiques. Leverage, Avedon. Fowler, still grieving her family's loss. Find an entry point. Cleaning staff? A crew of swords will be hosting a masquerade ball eve of Mardi Gras. Into space for graphic of symbol in paper. If you've seen this sign before, reach out to the Gazette with any possible leads. I guess that'll have to do for a first draft. That's all I got.
All right. Well, I believe we are just leaving it open to the four of you as you had it's around 8, somewhere between 8 and 9 p.m. or so at this point, between dinner and digging through the boards of the New Orleans Gazette.
One messier than the other, but I'll leave you to choose which one of those it is.
Yeah, it is up to the four of you what you would like to do next. It is getting into the evening now, which means the partying in the streets is growing. Mardi Gras is a week-long affair, and so there is, drunken revelers on the streets. Prohibition does not exist in New Orleans, or at least it would. You wouldn't be able to tell. What would you all?
I guess, Chet, are we, is that it for the day? Are we breaking? Can I
Yeah,
go? And he's
something's
kind of like looking at the partying, like, I could go party.
uh, something's been eating away at me. Yeah, that guy was he wasn't ha ha funny. He was more uh-oh funny. Abaddon.
Yeah,
Maybe we
yeah.
should check in on him again.
Boy. Uh, yeah, okay. That's fine. We can do that. It's not that late. Maybe I'll grab you know, give me a drink. I'll bring it along to him. And he's
A
like,
little liquid courage.
yeah,
You
flag it
scared
down
of him,
Marlene.
Elliot?
I mean, crazy, it's unpredictable. Um, so yeah, kinda. He might be, happy to see us, or he might shoot us through the door. There's no way to know.
Grab my doctor's bag.
You coming along, Matson?
If there's something medically wrong with him.
Yeah, I think yeah, we just need a second set of eyes. I want to try and get into his house.
Yeah, we need a. He's got that book, as far as we know, the black snake skin. Like, yeah, yeah. What about you, Jerry? You coming along?
That's right. He does have a copy of The King in Yellow.
Yeah. Listen, I think I'm gonna head back, and I got to get this article down while all this is fresh in my mind, and maybe I'll go and stop by Gavin's apartment after I'm finished with that. Just see if maybe he left anything extra there. Shouldn't be too high a stakes, right?
Yeah. Good luck. And break.
All
One,
right.
two, three, team. Oh,
Yeah.
All right, so we'll follow our three private investigators then at the beginning. So you'll sort of push through the small crowd on the street, especially if you're heading into the French Quarter. It definitely sort of begins to the crowd begins to grow a little bit as you're sort of going into one of the nicer parts of the city, one more like place where a lot of tourists are around and they're all enjoying the party as well. Uh, you'll see people all in, some of them already in like small little half masks covering half of their face, as you sort of see these, and, people in costumes and rowdy partiers as you push through. You once again see that sort of large courtyard of apartments that sort of surrounding this central courtyard. There's this very nice statue in the center, sort of a young woman sort of clutching at something around her neck as water sprays from her mouth. You step forward and you see once again there's these sort of, that Francois Avedon is on your left as you're approaching, sort of taking up this entire two-story building that makes up this sort of that sort of side wing of the courtyard.
So the lights, are they on or off in his residence?
Off,
Okay.
off. All the curtains are drawn on both floors. There's a couple of lights on in the other parts of the courtyard, but nothing on in his building.
Okay. Can I don't know if it's editing the scene here, but if I spend a point of streetwise, can we say we have a window cracked on the second floor?
Um, if you spend a point of streetwise, you look around and there's not a cracked window, but you do see a fire escape.
All right. I'm gonna spend a point of streetwise there, because that might be an easier method of entry if we want to sneak in. You're muted, Beth.
I am muted. It's the classic involuntary wellness check.
Maybe we should split up. I can go in through the fire escape while you distract him at the door if he's there.
Sure.
Yeah. Where do you want me?
No offense. Can you climb a fire escape easy?
The fuck? Yeah, of course I can.
I don't know if it's a ladder.
Yeah. Look, I've lived most of my life with one arm. I can do it.
Okay. Sounds good. Then you can go off the fire escape and look around for this King in Yellow book, while Matson and I can be at the front door.
I I will note he is not sneaky.
Oh,
Like,
but you're confident. And that's what I
yeah.
like.
That was more of, do you want me along with you or helping out Beth?
Oh, okay. No, you got the gun. Stay with the doctor
Okay.
in case he wigs out.
We're the authority
Yeah.
at the front door.
Yeah.
Oh, ask him what the sign means. That little symbol.
Okay.
And see what you can see through the crack in the door. If you can get him out. All right.
All right.
Right.
So you said I'm supposed to look for some kind of book with 3 snakes on it?
Yep. 3 snakes, black snake skin, I believe.
All right.
Probably looks a little bit like a certain logo we've seen.
I'm going to hoist myself up
All right.
onto the fire escape.
So
That
we're going to the
starts
front door.
Move up, and the three of you, as the three of you approach, are you just gonna be knocking? Like, there's like one of these big fancy door knockers, so gum 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 kind of knockers. That what you would like to do to start knocking the door?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, and Ralph will be like a couple steps back so that he has a kind of a clear view of the two of them.
Mhm. So, Dr. Matson, you sort of knock on the door, and
Mhm.
you hear from inside after a few moments, Vargas, is that you?
Yes.
You see for just a second, there's some movement sort of behind the door, but it is silent.
Vargas was the one running the shop. We can say he sent us or something.
That's right. It's his assistant, right?
Yeah, his assistant.
Okay.
He's been managing for the last few days.
Vargas, it's not Vargas, but he sent us. He sent me.
He sort of, you see there's a couple, like it's the classic sound of like 5 locks, but the chain is still on as he opens the door. He's sort of peering out. He's like, I don't know you.
No. I hold up my doctor's bag. He's concerned.
There is nothing wrong with me that is not wrong with all of us.
It couldn't hurt to get checked out, though.
Sort of an eye. He's like, what do you want?
Would it be okay if I came in?
No, don't come inside. I don't know.
What do you know about a sign?
You say that you see the like one eye point, like they're looking at you, go wide. And he's like, there are his eyes. Have you seen it?
No.
It's seen you.
What can you tell me anything else?
They're all his eyes.
All of them. Where are they?
Look around. They're everywhere.
What does it look like?
At this point, he sort of continues to stare at you. Okay. Why don't you give me a stealth roll? So once again, that is adding that is saying how many points you're going to spend.
Yeah.
That is added to a d6 roll.
I got that. I'm
Or
assuming
you
I'm getting a little bit of ease on the difficulty because my two partners are helping out. So
Potentially.
I'm gonna roll flat. Let's fucking.
Alright.
Oh,
That's a 5, baby.
All right, yeah. You skitter up that fire escape. Doesn't even clank. You reach the door and
Like a spider.
slide it open, and you step into a very large library.
All
Sort
right.
of that sort
Oh,
of
I'm
splits
in.
around this sort of, it would take up like a very large portion of the second floor. You see around in like very like pristine condition under like glass cases. You see around maybe 200 rare books, and then
Jesus.
around 3,000 books just in sort of classic library shelves. And you see there's of course like a small table. The room is entirely unlit. You see, so you're seeing like little bits of knickknacks that you're only really seeing through the light of the window that's sort of illuminated through through the curtains.
What a gold mine. I'm gonna take the old. Well, prior to this, I probably took the old outfit I had on and just like do a little mask,
Mhm.
put that on. A little crime, little robbery. I'm gonna start going through these books, probably looking for the one either to either displayed as like the most prized possession, or going for the less obvious stuff and going for like maybe a safe behind a painting, with my experience with locksmith or streetwise.
So you're looking at you start looking at these sort of older these books that are really well kept. You
Mm-hmm.
do note
Two of them.
one case. You do note one case is empty.
One case is empty. Uh-oh. Does it have some kind of plaque or
No, they do
description
seem to
of
be
what could be in
unmarked.
there? Unmarked.
This
Okay.
does seem to be more of a personal library than
Gotcha.
but as you're looking around, you will note, with as you mentioned, you're looking for things that are a little less obvious.
Yeah.
You see, there's
Oh, I
a
have noticed as well.
yes. You see, there is a stack of books out of place. It's
Recently
facing.
used, huh?
It's facing. The covers are facing outside instead of at the spine. And that's the only place in the library where this is the case. So you start moving some of the books, and you do see behind these books is a small shoebox.
I'll reach towards the box and I'll open it.
You open the box, and inside a there's about $2,000 in cash,
Oh my
and
god.
next to it is wrapped up in paper. There seems to be a book that is wrapped up in paper and twine. There seems to be some space in the box that seems to. There's been some space made for something, but you can't quite tell. Like there's some space that's something that's either been removed or not been put in yet.
Okay. That's $2,000 right there. I'm just gonna take that shit.
Mhm.
I'm taking the whole box.
Yeah, take the whole box. So you grab the box and you start to move. Back up front, Dr. Matson,
Mhm.
you see, it says, if you've already seen it and it has seen you, then you're dead already.
Are you dead?
We all are. And the door slams shut.
told you.
What did you tell me?
This guy's crazy.
Um, I guess I don't have any. There's no. Yeah, I guess I have some psychoanalysis points. Um, I don't know if that was long enough for Chet. Should we go around the side of the building and maybe throw a rock at the window?
Please give me any distraction.
I mean, is that standard? Do we knock again? I mean, I hear him locking all 5 locks again. That's
Yeah.
gotta take a while.
Here, get your.
I'll knock on his door again, so you
I
have
was-
to unlock.
yeah.
Just get him caught in a feedback loop. Fine.
Exploiting the AI.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
triggering the cutscene.
Must have been the wind.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know. What do you usually do in these things? Like, if we were the police, we'd just knock again. Then we kick in the door probably, but I don't know if that's what you want to do.
if you want to try that, I can go back and you can try. You can swap it out.
I don't need to get shot by antiques dealer today. This guy's not stable.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Okay. We can try knocking again and distract him some more. I don't think it's been long enough.
Yeah. Let's ask if there's a way to stop the king.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's saying we're
Okay.
already dead, but we're not dead. So like maybe give him a little hope or something. Oh, and then he like kind of ducks out of the way, so he's not going to be seen immediately through the crack in the door.
I'm gonna knock again.
Yeah, you knock again. There is no response.
Yeah, I figured.
Do you have notice?
Who?
Dr. Madsen.
Nope.
You'd be like,
Why
what
would
would
you
Chet
make-
Alberts do? No.
Hey. Dr. Madsen, why don't you make me a sense trouble roll then?
Okay.
Uh-oh. Shotgun blast through the door.
Yeah, right? Okay. I am going to...
I'm unhooking the chain of life.
I don't have that many. I'm going to spend a point. I don't have that
Boo.
many.
That's awful, Lex. Fuck.
So that's a 4 total.
You sort of were able to see just a little bit of movement or like behind the door when he came up.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think he's actually moved. You think he's still right behind the door.
Okay, that's a little creepy.
He's still behind the door?
Like he never stepped away.
Yeah.
Oh.
He just locked the door and is still standing there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna step to the side. Talking about getting shot. Whisper to Elliot. I think he's still there.
Then ask him. Through the door.
Through the door.
Yeah.
Lean right up on the door.
Well, you just shout. Be a little loud, right?
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. It's not like he's gonna figure out where you're standing based on how you say things.
I'm going to stand to the side of the door and I'm going to say, if we're already dead, how can we stop it?
You could hear him breathing, but you think he's trying to be quiet.
Okay. I mean, this is
Okay.
what we want.
Why don't you make me another stealth roll?
All right. I don't want to risk it here. I'm gonna spend 2. Spend 2 points.
Alright.
I'm not going to boo you because I think that's a good idea.
Here we go. All right, that is 4.
With the added bonus?
Yes.
You sort of creep back towards the window. You hit the metal fire escape. There's a little bit of a thunk.
Uh-oh.
Dr. Madsen, up front, you hear Avedon, you think, begin to step away. Not a run, but sort of
Mm-hmm.
there's a bit of some footfall.
Okay. He's leaving. We should go around the side of the house and see if we can alert Alberts.
Sorry. We'll start.
Hand.
Yeah. No, it's his hand. I had both. He just gets
Okay.
one thumbs up. And he'll kind of go around and see Chet crawling down and do like the
All right, I'll hustle.
You start to hustle, and you hit the street.
All right, we
Did you
got
find
I found something.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, let's
Get
go
outta
somewhere
here.
private.
Oh shit.
Back to the office.
I think so. But not a word of what this is.
So you're
And
saying those aren't shoes?
I flashed the contents of the box.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god.
You
He's gonna
start
miss that.
running
It's not like
down-
he's gonna leave his house.
You start moving down the street, and you hear the shattering of glass and a gunshot coming from back behind you.
Was that directed at us?
You don't know. You heard a gunshot.
Jesus. All right.
Nothing
I
hits
guess
you.
we should. Huh? Nothing hits you. I'm gonna just stand at the block. Like, what the hell's happening?
Get behind cover.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, Ralph will like kind of get behind the building and start trying to like see back towards that block. And if they're like too far away, he'll start to kind of like hug the building and go back because he needs to know if it was out or in that this glass was broken.
Did he?
You look around. You see, you sort of like peer around the corner. You see a shattered window, the one that Chet just came out of, and the glass sort of exploded out onto the fire escape.
Okay,
And you
time
see
to
there's
go.
some people below, sort of looking up. A couple of them are like one of them sort of grabbing another one. Maybe someone on the street got hit with a little bit of the glass.
It's a bit of a panic. I'm guessing.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's him. He snapped. I knew it. I knew it. We gotta go.
We have to go.
Sure. Let's get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
three
we'll
of
find
you
what's in the news tomorrow.
Chet, you
sort
put the
of-
books back, right? You put the books back, right?
The three of you meld sort of into the crowd, sort of now pushing away from, where you were just standing, and are totally lost in it. Jerry Bradshaw, you are approaching have you been to Gavin's apartment before?
I don't really think so. He didn't seem to be that close with anyone. So, like, we were coworkers and maybe got some drinks, but maybe not socialized that much. But I know where he lives.
Yeah,
vaguely.
that would make sense. You see, it's this sort of a row of old apartments. You see sort of the sort of New Orleans style, the sort of like wrought iron fence balconies sort of surrounding the building.
Mhm.
And you see just sort of there's this dull, old green peeling paint on the outside, and a single sort of black oak wood door sort of leading into the building.
I'd imagine I got his apartment information either from the editor or just, while I was at the newspaper office. Is this a kind of arrangement where you would kind of need to enter into the foyer of a larger house, and then the different rooms in the house are the
Yeah.
apartment? So I would need to
Yeah.
see a landlord or someone to get access?
Yeah, most likely.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just sort of a 2-story building. So
Okay. It's kind of late, so I wonder if, there's no way he would be dumb enough to like have a fake rock inside of a 2-story house.
Mm.
So yeah, even though it's kind of late, I think I'll go and knock on the door of the landlord
Mm.
in the building.
Yeah, you see, sort of after you open the door, you knock on the landlord. Sort of, you see there's a door with like a little plaque with landlord
Mhm.
labeled on it. You go and knock on the door, and small woman sort of peeks out. You see she's got sort of gray frizzy hair. She's clearly ancient, wearing this like wrapped shawl around herself. He says, "Yes, um, what it's a bit late. What can I do for you?"
Good evening, ma'am. I'm sorry to bother you so late at night, but I just wanted to check and see. Have you heard about what happened to Peter Gavin?
Oh,
He's a
yes,
resident in your building.
yeah,
Yeah,
I did. Shame,
yeah.
nice boy.
Yeah, it's a terrible tragedy, and us folks at the newspaper that he worked at are we're just looking into a bit of the circumstances around his death because we're a bit suspicious that he didn't seem like the kind to take his own life. You see what I mean? And so I was hoping that I could just take a look around his things. You can be in the room the whole time. I don't plan to take anything. I'll show you my ID. But we're trying to figure out if this is something other folks should be concerned about or not. I was hoping I could take a look at his apartment this evening.
Are you gonna clean up the mess up there?
The mess.
Yeah. Well, broke a window. His room's. I guess if the poor man killed himself, must have had a massive fit in his bedroom. I guess.
No, that doesn't sound like him at all. He was always really tidy and organized at work. Could could you show
Yeah,
me what you're talking about? I can help you clean up. That's this is concerning, ma'am.
yeah. So she sort of like leaves the room and like a she goes over to a broom closet, opens it up, and sort of hands you a sort of a broom and a thing. She's like, "We have been meaning to get to it. It's just it's been busy and
Sure,
well, I
sure.
I I thought someone was gonna come. The police were gonna come and take a look
Well,
at it, but they never did. And
yeah, that's why we're here because the police, they're working even less than usual. If you catch my drift, so we're trying to do our due diligence here. I'm happy to help.
she starts leading you upstairs. You sort of go up this creaky staircase up to this sort of foyer hallway, and to the right you see there's one of the doors, and she sort of opens it and clicks on the light. You see, at least in this central living space, it seems all in order. It's a bit Spartan, uh, grim, cramped. You're, you know, you've got about the same salary as Gavin. He was living like you could see, it's very clear. He was living pretty month to month, as it were.
Hmm.
You start stepping, and there's just this barely furnished living room.
Hmm. Hey, he's got a place with multiple rooms, doing a little better than me, I guess.
Mm-hmm. He
But
sort
where's this mess you were talking about?
Yes, in here. And she sort of leads you into the bedroom. And you see the bedroom, it's a wreck. The bed has been flung against one of the walls. Furniture is flipped and smashed. And as you see, the window has been smashed. And the window has been smashed. Like,
As a point of question, is the glass from the window inside the room or is it
yes,
outside?
the window has been broken inward.
Uh-huh. Um, I think seeing this then, um, I want to kind of play up like, oh God, this is terrible. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna take some photos and have a look around. Then I'll take your broom here and at least try to clean up some of this mess. We'll at the paper, we'll see if he has any next of kin we can reach out to see if anyone wants to claim his things. Otherwise, we may get the Salvation Army or something to come by for whatever isn't your furnishings. But just trying to um, kind of pat her on the back and be like, you can go on to bed. Like, I'll lock up. I'm a good, responsible, civic person, and leave me alone.
Yeah, she is not as suspicious of until sort of like, oh, all
I've been
right.
playing too much Delta
yeah.
Green where everyone is massively suspicious of me. So yeah, this is fine.
She'll sort of mosey on, and you can tell like you woke her up. You know, she's very quick to go back to bed. She'll sort of like mosey on out of the room, leaves the broom in the dustpan behind. But
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm gonna roll up another cigarette, light it in his place, and then I want to start taking some photos, especially trying to get an image of the glass and trying to recreate the scene that's going on. If it looks like something large came in, and like, does the bed look, does it look pushed away intentionally, or as if maybe there was some kind of a tussle? Like, it doesn't seem like the bed was trying to block the window or something and then got moved, right? I hope I'm making sense.
no, you think as you're sort of looking around, you're very. Do you have anything in forensics?
Um, let's see. I don't have forensics, but I do have criminology. I don't know if that's helpful at all.
Criminology is more talking to cops and that kind of sort of.
Okay,
Like,
I have
no.
2 in notice, but yeah, I don't have forensics.
So with notice, um, you're looking around. You're sort of looking down, and you see like as you're sort of like looking out the window for a moment. There is no way anyone got up here.
Hmm.
At least, like, there's no like ivy. There's no fire escape. There's no. There like it's just a sheer wall. No one could have gotten up here unless they were like climbing like Spider-Man. So
Yeah.
that's sort of like, but then what broke the window? Because window's definitely broken outside in. You're a little just stumped.
Oh, okay. So I'm
Um,
curious, after looking at some of the handouts to do the recap, could I spend one of my points in notice to like really give this place a once over? It seems like I'm not going to be disturbed, so I'll spend as long as I need. I'm really curious, are there any feathers in here?
you're looking around. No feathers. But I think I won't make you spend a point for it. You'll sort of lean down. You're giving it a really good once over. You go down. You like pick up one of the pieces of glass, and like you touch it, and you have to sort of like pull your hand back. It's freezing cold.
The glass is cold in New Orleans.
Yeah,
Okay. I
it's
put this
like
in my freezer then. Damn.
it's like like you just like you like sort of go grab ice and you're not sort of expecting it.
Right, like
It's
it
sort of like
burns it so cold. Yeah.
yeah, it's like the glass, like this piece of glass you sort of like go to examine, freezing cold.
I want to sweep that up and put it into a bin, trying not to touch it, but like
Mhm.
really curious if I can carry this out, if it's still going to be cold, because this has been over a day at this rate. That's kind of insane. Um, I guess after taking care of that and just rummaging through, does he have any more documents or notes, like anything in the typewriter that he may have been working on to document more of this than what was at his desk?
Nothing like that. It seems like he kept most of his work at work. So
Okay.
you're seeing like, and once again, this is very like you don't have a typewriter at home. It's just like this is a like you can see there's a couple like tax documents at best, like
Hmm.
stuffed into a drawer.
Okay.
It's pretty. It's pretty empty in here. All things
And yeah, so I'm guessing it would be too much to hope that there would be a certain black leather bound book with 3 sick ass snakes on it that I could just happen to grab.
considered. No,
Um, hmm. Yeah, I guess in that case, then just, yeah, looking around as much as I can, trying to find anything that might stand out or be relevant to the case. It seems like the glass is the main thing, taking a lot of photographs. Then I guess I'll lock up and head back home. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
willing to take as much time as I need to be sure I've given the place a full once over.
Yeah, you think at this point, like you've gotten you've got your like photos you need to develop, but like you think that's about like there's nothing else in here to find. Maybe it's just some visual clues you just aren't skilled enough to notice, but you've got
Okay.
yeah, you think that might be something you want to just like if you want to like hand over to your buddies some of these photographs once they develop.
All right. Yeah. In that case, I think that that's a good plan for the rest of what I'm going to try to do for the night is just sweep up some stuff, take one of the trash bins with me with the cold glass, put it in my freezer, maybe kind of take advantage of it. And then, yeah, lock up. Do I want to give, I'll push the key back under the door for the landlady. So, like, no fishy business there. And then, yeah, go back to my apartment, write up some more notes. And I think my bathroom is the only, like, isolated room in my studio. So I've turned it into a makeshift dark room to try and
yeah.
develop the few photos that I've taken on my portable camera.
All right, that sounds like a plan. So the other three of you, what are your all plans for the night as you leave the Abaddon residence?
We're gonna head back to the office.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you sort of go back into this office, the office building. You were on like the second or third floor, so you sort of go back up the stairs and open up into your cramped little office space.
All right, shoebox on the table. Open it up.
Once again,
So
money
it's $2,000 and a wrapped book.
in a wrapped book. Yes.
You
Maybe
just
I
had this?
Yeah, it looked like the only thing out of place. So I'll start unwrapping. the
I mean,
book.
I did okay
Yeah.
at police academy. I'm pretty sure you're not just supposed to take that.
We can return it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was $1,000, right?
500.
Ah, jeez.
You are looking over. You unwrap it and you start to see beneath the sort of beneath the paper. You do see sort of the corners of this black scaly book start to unravel. It's a small thin book. It's not very large. It's not large. Something very long. And as you open it and you sort of put it on the table, you see there is this black book, and on the there was no title on the cover, but there is that symbol inlaid in gold. I need everyone in the room to make me a stability roll.
Sounds good. I'm going
That's
flat
just we
Yeah.
can spend for that if we want, correct?
here.
Yes, you can
I rolled
spend
a
it.
1.
Yeah,
6.
let's see. I'm rolling flat. 4.
Okay. Chet, Ralph, the symbol. It's just this moment where the two of you just sort of back up because you don't know how to explain it. It's like this, the three arms of the symbol. It's almost like they lash up at you.
Oh,
Like
I'll
as if
jump
the
back
symbol
then.
is trying to grab you. Both of you are going to lose 3 stability.
Oh boy. If
And
that's the case.
you and both of you look at that book and you have to know what's inside.
What's the matter with you jabronis?
Long day.
What the? No,
I'm
you
going to
didn't see
cover
that?
up the front,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna open the book.
Hey,
What
move,
happened?
move. I want to see too. It's like it moved.
I saw
You
it
didn't
move
see
too.
that? Yeah, it moved.
It didn't move.
It definitely moved. Here.
All right, that's besides the point. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, what's inside? He's like
So,
peeking over Chet's shoulder here.
Chet, your eyes land on like the dramatis personae,
Uh-huh.
and you can't stop reading. You are going to read this entire book.
Okay.
You see sort of this list of it's of course it seems to be a play entitled "The King in Yellow." It does seem to be an English translation. You see, there is a cast of characters: Castilda, Camilla, Uhot, Aldones, the Stranger, the King. You flip past and you see the play takes place over the course of 2 acts. The first is set in the decadent alien city of Yatil, located in the Hyades, with Aldebaran prominent in the night skies. The main characters are 2 daughters of the city's unnamed king. The sisters and their brothers, Uhot and Aldonis, spend most of the first act worrying about the ascension to the throne, as their father, the king, has just passed. Conflict arises due to the ancient legend that Yatil will one day name a new king, the last king, who will bring the destruction of the city and its entire people. Yet the princesses insist on holding a masquerade ball to honor their father and crown a new sovereign. Each sibling schemes to take the crown for their own. The royal family hears that a stranger has arrived in Yatil, born by winged demons. The stranger wears a pallid mask and bears the yellow sign, a symbol of doom, which has been forbidden in the city for centuries. The family begins seeing visions of a ghost city on the far shores of the Lake of Holly across from Yatil, which the Princess Casilda recognizes as Lost Carcosa, the legendary city of the last king. At the masquerade, the attendants are horrified by the appearance of the stranger, wearing a mask approximating the pallid corpse face of the dead king. At midnight, the revelers all remove their masks, except for the stranger, who reveals that, of course, he wears no mask. The second act is strange and dreamlike. The last king, the king in yellow, torments the members of the royal family one by one, as the play becomes a showcase of each character's personal living hell. Those not driven mad with fear notice that the dead city across the lake is no longer there. The tattered king declares that only one city now exists on the shores of Holly, and that city is Carcosa. And the play ends. So you're looking over this book. You are so you're looking over this book, Ralph. You're sort of reading it behind. Dr. Matson, are you sort of just watching the two of them read the book, or are you also reading the book?
I think watching the two of them read the book, the reaction is pretty intense.
Yeah. In these books, like the two of them just sit in silence for the hour or two it takes to read. It doesn't take very long, but they
Yeah,
just sort of sit in silence, perfectly enraptured by this book.
like I'm imagining too, like Ralph is sweating as this is going on, like because he's having to kind of lean over Chet, and he's just like he should just move to the side and look closer, but he's so focused in.
Chet, Alex,
Yeah.
the two of you are going to gain 2 points in Cthulhu Mythos.
Hell
Whoa.
yeah!
Yes, we are
Worth it.
normally in Trail of Cthulhu. This would go to your Mythos potential, which then you would need to put points into later. But as we are doing a one shot, we're using the optional rule where you just get the Cthulhu Mythos.
Whoa.
I'm just counting the money.
But both of you are quite sure there's truth in here. This phrase, the phantom of truth, mayhaps. There's something. It's not something you could put words to, but there is something undeniable about this book. It is its purest poison in a way.
Yeah, I mean the bit you said about the king being brought in by winged demons is sticking in Ralph's mind of, especially now, kind of feeling that truthfulness of it is kind of like, holy shit! I
Could these
think
winged demons be
think-
servitors of the king?
I think Peter got by a demon.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense to me.
How does that make perfect sense?
Well,
Eat your
he definitely
brownies.
didn't jump out of a plane.
Yeah. No,
Something must
So-
have just picked him up and dropped him.
Yeah.
That's quite a leap of logic.
No, it's got to be. It's in the book. Like it's the Occam's razor, basically. Of it's in the book. It makes sense. So he crossed the king. Seems unwise, I guess, huh?
We're in deeper than we thought.
He's like, if Chet would close the book, he'll like open the front, the sign of it again, and be like, "Is this the eye? Is
I don't like him
this?"
looking at me. Can we get some kind of book cover or wrap up
You could just
paper
wrap it back
bag?
up in the paper. You could just wrap it back in the paper.
Yeah. I think it's this is definitely dangerous to show people, Elliot. We shouldn't show anything. Show anyone this symbol.
Yeah, certainly we'd never do that.
Well, if Avalon is to be believed, we're already dead if we've seen it.
Maybe Elliot and I are. Who knows?
Feeling okay. Well, not okay. Kind of wanna. I mean, I feel like I need to reread it again, right? Like, what if we missed something?
Do we still have that urge to reread it, or now that we've read it, it's dissipated?
You can read it if you'd like.
I'm
No,
good now.
There's nothing driving you, pushing. nothing
My
pushing.
curiosity has been satiated.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, we shouldn't read it again. Ralph definitely wants to reread it. Like he
Aye.
already started with a cult, so this is a
Well,
little
why
bit
don't you
of like,
knock yourself out, Ralph? If you want to stay extra time, but
Uh,
reading that play, I feel like an hour passed in seconds. That was kind of crazy.
yeah, I'll
Yeah, you are standing there for a long time.
I
were
don't
we?
I don't like how I felt. There's something wrong. There's something wrong, Matson.
Do you want to give me the summary or?
I'll give the spark notes to Matson.
Yeah, Dr.
The
Matson, you're
Albert's
sort of
note.
like hearing it must have been something in the details because it sounds pretty mundane, at least for the first half. The
What a dumb
back
story.
half just doesn't even like the back half just like Ted sort of tries to describe it, but it just like it's just sort of random anecdotes kind of with Ted sort of drops in there's these odd phrases like black stars, the towers rise behind the moons. It's like it just sort of the first half seems like your average Shakespeare play, the second half sounds like nonsense. You just you
Like
don't get
a
it, Dr. Matson.
first draft to me? You should go back to the editor, maybe.
It's like trying to describe a dream. He's not telling it right. Like you have to like really the nuance is lost. I'll take notes overnight. I'll get like a summary of it.
All right. I mean, get some sleep though.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we should split this money up
Three
Okay.
ways or four ways?
three ways.
All right. Yeah, I ain't gonna say no, boss. If you wanna, what did you say the equivalent is today?
$2,000 is like 40 grand today.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no to a little bit of that. I'm sure we'll be given this back after expenses, of course.
You begin to, so sounds like the three of you want to head to sleep after your split.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ralph will stay at the office. He'll just sleep there if he gets sleep.
Yeah, sleep cuddling the book.
Yeah, he's like, but what he's doing is he's reading the book and writing down like essentially the spark notes that Chet gave, and starting to kind of like map the people and kind of doing like the annotated sort of feel to it to kind of he's sure that there's a truth there, and he's just not seeing how it all links up yet.
There's a truth there in the way that you know there are black stars in the black sky of
Yeah.
Carcosa, but it's just sort of something that stands out somehow even darker than the rest of the darkness.
Yeah, makes sense.
And eventually, you just pass out.
Face down in the book.
Ralph, Chet, make me stability rolls.
This time I will spend a point.
I don't think I'm going to spend.
Well, it was foolish of me to have spent
5.
this point. 2 with the points.
Ew, okay. So, Chet, you are able to fall asleep. There's just this twisting in your brain as that symbol just sort of spirals behind your eyes, Chet. But eventually, you sort of your mind goes blank. There are no dreams for you, Chet. Ralph, a yellow fog creeps across the lake, drifting into the city, obscuring the lights of New Orleans until the streets and buildings are engulfed by it. The fog turns an ashy gray as it begins to recede, leaving no lights in the darkened ruins of the city. The sky is black, but you look up and you see them, black stars, looking at you like a million eyes. 3 pale moons glare down on the silent city and eerie, churning waters of the lake. Ralph, you wake up with a start, lose 2 stability.
Still positive. Okay. Okay, yeah. Doing great, boss. 2 out of 8.
Everyone else, you all awaken as you would normally.
God. I feel like $1,000.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head over to the office, catch you. Actually, I have enough money to pay off the automobile repairs.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna walk over to the mechanic shop and pay my mechanic to get my
Yeah.
car.
To pick up Dr. Matson.
Yeah, I'll pick up Dr. Matson.
If you hear the of the old wind up car, Dr. Matson.
Look out the window. All right.
Morning, John.
Good morning, Chet. Time to go to the office. You
Yes.
sleep okay?
Like a baby.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good to get this fixed up. So make
I
things
know.
easy.
I finally was able to pay the guy off after 2 weeks.
Did he give you much trouble?
No. Once he saw the money.
Money talks.
Yeah. Thank you, Abaddon.
We should look in the paper, see if there's anything about what happened.
Sure, it's on me. I'll stop by the corner stand where the newspaper boy is.
Yeah.
I'll give him a coin.
You flip him a penny and you get the paper.
Give
You
him a
start
dime.
Keep the change, kid.
You start looking through the paper and you don't see anything about Abaddon. You don't see anything about the gunshot.
Okay.
Something to keep an eye on.
No, we can stop. We can just I have a car. We can just
Can drive by.
drive by, see if there's police police tape, and then head over to the office.
Yep. You drive by, you don't see anything.
Window's still broken?
Windows still.
Jesus. The city's going
Okay.
to shit.
Yeah, sort of you drive through, it's early morning, so, if there's any partiers, they're all stragglers who just couldn't get any
People
sleep,
are hungover. Yeah, just
Yeah, people hung over on the street.
languishing on the street.
I mean, I think they have the right idea not calling the cops anyway, so.
Dr. Maxon, why don't you make me a sense trouble?
Okay.
Oh my god, someone's gonna get JFK'd.
Your car has a roof, right?
Yeah.
Just one. I don't sense any trouble.
You drive on to work. Yeah, you eventually get to the office. Are Ralph and Jerry going to meet the two of them at the office?
Yeah, I think so. I got up, had my first cigarette of the day, and heading over to their office to meet up with them.
Yeah,
Assuming
Ralph
they
will let you
develop
in.
photos.
Yeah, Ralph is like, he slept, but he doesn't look like he slept well when he lets you in.
Yeah.
Hey, Jerry, come on in.
Morning, bud.
Yeah, I should probably fill you in on what we got. Avedon, completely off his rocker, kind of, kind of. He had a lot of money, and the book. We found the book.
The
I
book
don't.
that Gavin was talking about?
Yeah, I don't think Chet would like you to look at the book. He's paranoid about it, and I can't disagree. There's something wrong with it.
You can clearly see in my body language that like I kind of lean back a bit and taking a slight affront. Now, what the hell in this? We're all looking into the same case together. Why are you deciding to keep secrets from me now all of a sudden?
Not a secret. The symbol. There's something wrong with it.
You mean
it grabbed?
it's the
It grabbed Chet and I. And he's
You okay,
like
pal?
super
You've been hitting the bottle a bit?
No. Here, and he'll like gather up the papers he's writing on. They're probably a little scattered and stuff. It's a play. It's a play. But there's something.
Play's got you so spooked, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's so real. I saw it in my dreams. The place in the play.
You know plays are just a fiction, right? Like Shakespeare.
Not this one.
I gotta admit, I'm both concerned and intrigued in equal measure. As a quick question though, was the glass from the bin that I took from Gavin's apartment still cold in the morning?
You grabbed it. Yeah, like colder than the ice in the freezer.
All right. I'm gonna take the glass out and like have carried it with me, probably getting a few looks from people on the streets. And so yeah, I walk in carrying a trash can and I set it down without too much explanation. Be like, don't touch that. And I'll sit down and read through Ralph's notes just because like I don't know what the fuck they're on about, and he kind of seems as unwell as he has been describing Avedon. So like half humoring him, half in mild concern.
Yeah, reading through the Sparks notes, you'll get the same thing Dr. Maxon did. Like you get a basic synopsis of the play, and it seems once again, first half is Shakespeare, second half is nonsense.
Okay. So well,
there's some evocative phrases that stand out to you that maybe Ralph copied directly from the book, but like besides that,
right, but like this still seems like, he's jumping at shadows, and like I don't get what's making them all so spooked. And at the time that like Chet and Matson are kind of driving around town throwing money out the windows, I guess I'll just sit with you and it's like, well, Ralph, buddy, I got to tell you, a little concerned, but I also got some news that I don't really know what to do with. You mentioned something about these servitors, like waiters or something.
Yeah, that's what Chet called them. Yeah, winged demons.
So yeah, I got a little show and tell for you as well. That glass came out of Gavin's apartment, and that shit is so cold it'll burn you before it'll cut you. I got these photographs here that it looks like the glass was broken inside in his bedroom. Living room was all nice and tidy, but the bedroom looked like a hell of a fight broke out or something. Now, because that note that Gavin had said, "Beware a screech," right? He looked like he was savaged by some kind of animal. We assume teeth or claws, but what about talons? He was dropped from a big height. I feel like we're looking for some kind of big fucking trained eagle or something, and that seems a hell of a lot more sane than what you're describing to me right now.
Uh,
Is there anything
was
about big ass eagles in this book here?
this ain't Lord of the Rings, which I don't think is out yet. Um, uh, what a name for a book, though, huh? No, was there blood?
Not that I could see.
Okay, let's and he'll go to like a cork board that's maybe available. Let's start pinning these up, and that'll help us take a look at it. But yeah, I think there's something. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Winged demons bring the king.
I
So
don't like that either. I think you should maybe go out and get yourself a cup of coffee or something. Just stretch your legs a bit, okay? I'm gonna pin these photos
Okay.
and notes up on the board here.
Okay, I guess I have the money for that now.
The what? Yeah, your per diem, right? From the paper.
Oh, I should have said, is this off the record?
Sure.
Let's just say Avedon had a little walking around money that Chet made off with, along with the book. So we're covered for a bit. If you need anything, we're covered.
All right. Well, thank you for telling me then.
I just want to stress, and he kind of leads in. It's a little walking around money.
All right. Well, how about you walk around with it then? Get yourself a cup of coffee, maybe a beignet or something. Just touch some grass, and I'll be back in here for you. Leave the door open.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. He'll go pick up some coffee and breakfast for probably everybody.
yeah, so after you start heading out into the city, one of the nearby coffee shops. Gary, as you're pinning up the sort of photos on the board, you sort of like step back, take a look at it. Anyone who would like to make any use any skills on what they were done in the apartment can sort of look at that, look on the photos, and see if they catch anything.
So I do have forensics.
So with your forensics looking, you see very clearly no human has the strength to cause this much destruction. The wind you sort of see once again, windows clearly broken from the outside in. You see the wall, like it's very clear he didn't flip the bit, like uh, Gavin didn't flip that bed, like Gavin didn't, smash that table sort of up against the wall. Like clearly something went through here and just demolished this apartment, but like a rhinoceros came through, something like that. But it's just, but also you're questioning if that happened, why didn't anyone, like this must have happened when everyone was away because nobody heard any of this happening.
Any blood?
There's no blood. You're a doctor, right? You have a biology, correct?
I do have biology.
You're looking closer, and
I also have physics, if that's
yeah,
helpful.
you're looking forward closer, and you see the wood of the desk that's sort of been plugged up against the wall is rotting. The carpet's being eaten away by mold. The bed sheets are threadbare and moth-eaten. It's the room is just covered in this sort of rot that like doesn't really make much sense considering like especially with like Gary, you like the rest of the building wasn't like a nice building, but it wasn't like but like this specific like going through the rest of the apartment, like this specific room is just like decaying.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll share that from the pictures. And I mean, something like this happens, they don't know about it.
I'm perplexed. I
The
mean,
landlady didn't mention anything about it, so she doesn't seem like the type that goes around and gets out much, so she should have heard something.
look, I guess maybe people just heard it and they just ignored it because we had someone shoot out a window the other day and no one cared.
It's true. That's true.
Huh.
Maybe we're in his city now. Just bringing in like a little
Yep.
thing of.
Ralph, you're outside actually.
Oh,
Give me a sense trouble roll.
I'm sure I'm good at this. I got
Uh,
points to spend out
You'll
of
actually
that.
you'll have 2 extra points for this actually. You'll
You
have
know
a
what?
dedicated pool.
I'm gonna spend a couple points anyways because I want to sense this trouble. All right, a total of 7 with the point spend.
So you're looking around and you see up on like this or one of the buildings, like amongst the like banners of the Mardi Gras decoration that are being put up. You see there's this black banner with that symbol emblazoned on it, just sort of blowing in the wind, clearly put up sometime earlier.
What the hell? Why is that there? Why? And he's looking around like, are other people noticing it, or is it just him?
I mean, it just like people are noticing it like they would notice any of the other Mardi Gras decorations, so not really.
Yeah. I gotta. It, they'll know what to do about this. Yeah, yeah. Chet'll know. Chet'll know. Yeah. And he just like throws the money to the guy, who like the
Mhm.
not the barista, but whoever is making this. You get enough.
Yeah.
Just take this. Thanks, Marlene. See ya. Yeah, the bagels too. Thanks. Beignets. I mean, New Orleans. No. Yeah. Anyways.
You know, those are nowhere
I
close
was
to
just
each
gonna
other,
say
I know.
right?
I
the
really want a
implication.
PA now.
Beignet with cream
I
cheese.
want a bagel nay or
I think you misunderstand how basic my tastes are. I would still not bad. Yeah, he'll basically be like scurrying into the office, hoping to have a lull in the conversation to kind of grab Chet. But
Yeah. Ralph, so did you spend how many points did you spend on that? 2? All right, then you don't lose any because you got 2 extra points for that, basically.
shoo, that's good because I desperately cannot lose more stuff. It's a
You
bad situation.
So yeah, you sort of step inside and you're looking around. Yeah, you see they're sort of gathered around the pin board looking at the photos.
Guys, sorry, coffee, coffee.
yeah,
Chet,
thanks.
yeah,
Love a
Chet,
coffee. My
Chet. I
usual
saw it.
one?
Yeah, sure.
You saw what?
I saw this. I saw the sign.
Jesus.
It was on a banner, just hanging off one of the buildings. I can show you.
I open the
Yeah,
window, lean my head out.
yeah, you can like yeah, it's like I assume the coffee shop you go to is sort of nearby, so you can probably just
Yeah,
open the
Yeah.
window and yeah, you look outside and you see there's this banner just
Whose
raised.
building is that? I'm immediately concerned.
right across. It's right across the street. You would imagine, like, it's just sort of like you see. There's like a little like grocery store.
Is it?
Basically, the rest of the
Is
building
the
is like
banner
apartments.
in such a way that it's designed to show people in a building or people on the sidewalk?
Like it's on the
Like
street.
if
Like
it's if it's
like a
facing our
it's like a
building.
yeah. It's like a Mardi Gras decoration. So it's
Okay.
just sort of like waving at the decorate the symbol is sort of just facing the street, basically.
All right.
And
Well,
yeah,
that symbol
Jerry,
gives me
Dr.
the
Madsen,
heebie-jeebies.
you're sort of seeing the other two sort of looking outside.
Yeah, while they're leaning out the window, I'm going to lean over to Matza and be like, "Hey, listen, is Ralph and them okay? They seem a little frazzled. Talking about some kind of a play, a book like it's real life, and it tried to grab them or something."
Yeah, they reacted like jabronis. They saw the book. They read it for 2 straight hours. They stood over this book and read it back to front. I think there's something wrong. They were reacting like Abaddon was. And
Oh,
he told us that we were already dead.
that's unfortunate news. So what do we do? Like they're out there leaning out a window talking about seeing some kind of a flag or something outside.
Yeah, you lean over. You can see it too.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't look too hard at that symbol. It'll fuck with your head.
Okay, listen.
I'm gonna say deadly serious. If you don't believe me, look at the cover.
All right, like I don't listen. I don't know if this is how you PIs usually get all invested in cases or whatnot, but you both are acting like a couple of jabronis right now. Let
Jerry,
me see this
Jerry,
damn book.
What the
Okay,
fuck
don't
does
say I
that?
didn't warn you then.
What the fuck
Ralph,
does
are you
that
gonna show
even
it?
mean?
Yep.
Ralph has the book. So Ralph, are you gonna show it?
Hey, this is out of my hand. Yeah, he'll just put it on the table.
Yeah, you put it on the table.
I
Why
would.
don't you come
Take
in
the
the
belly roll.
I'm going to look away.
Yeah,
I don't want
I
to
don't,
look.
I don't. We need
Yeah.
to
Jerry,
cover
make your
that up.
stability roll.
Yes, I agree. But if Gary doesn't believe us, then he needs to know.
Yeah, lighting another cigarette and kind of pulling this cover off of the book.
I
To
look
get the
away.
cover.
Mhm.
Do I need
Yeah,
to roll
stability roll.
Look
stability?
away.
Yep, give me that stability roll.
Okay. I'm not going to spend anything because I'm so skeptical. Like, I'm not trying to put up any mental guards or anything.
Mhm.
Fuck yeah, 5.
Yeah, you see a book. Just
Oh,
weird symbol on the cover.
Could have
What
spent
the
one
fuck is wrong
goddamn
with
Yeah.
you
point.
two?
Yeah,
It's a
you know-
goddamn book. It's the
Yeah.
same fucking picture that Gavin had in his hand.
if you don't believe it, read it.
All right, Jesus. Open it up and start reading.
Yeah, you start reading and like
Second act.
you sort of get to the first. So yeah, you'll sort of like get to like near the end of the first half, and it just seems like basically what Ralph wrote in his notes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna keep reading?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep reading because I'm genuinely concerned that I might have to reach out to the editor and be like, these guys, maybe we should find another detective agency.
I am pacing back and forth, just chewing gum vigorously.
Yeah, Gary, give me another stability roll. You hit the second act.
Okay. I rolled another 5.
Yeah, it's like you can see how effective it is as you reach the end. It's like there's this like you can only it's like there is definitely art here. Like the supreme note of art is struck when you read this book. It's like you haven't read anything like it. It's brilliant, but
Mhm.
but it's just a book.
Yeah,
Like
so
a really it's a great book, but like there's something. It's just like you know when you see something really good, but you just feel like you just don't get it.
yeah.
You just don't get it.
Listen, yeah, buddy, it's interesting. It's kind of a little bit above my head at times, kind of artsy-fartsy, but you know, it's a good book. Is
You
like
just wouldn't get it then.
It's not a good book.
you a fucking art major or something,
It's
Chet?
a
You,
Shit.
you haven't read between the lines, Jerry.
That's not usually how you read. You read the lines of a page, pal. I
This
don't.
book, it shows the hidden pathways throughout the world. It's dangerous.
I'm
And we
kind of
can't
looking
just
over at Jerry. I don't know,
look.
man.
Look, we
Dr.
can't.
Madsen, I'm sorry, are you hearing this shit now?
We
Like,
cannot allow this to be
The only
shared.
thing I can think is somebody read this book and tried to recreate whatever was happening here.
oh,
Like,
okay.
we got to take down that banner. And I point across the street.
Mr. Alberts, with all due respect here now, all right. You warned me adamantly that something in this book tried to reach out and would try and reach out and grab me. It didn't happen. And you said, okay, well then just read it. I read it, cover to cover, Act 1 and 2. Nothing happened. And now I want you to entertain the idea, given Occam's razor and all that, Naz. Do you think that this is some kind of magic book that just happened to shake you and Ralph out of your boots last night and it's got you jumping at shadows today? Or is this just the book and you both need to take a minute to calm down? That maybe this case is getting to your heads and the problem isn't outside, it's just inside.
You're thinking I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm sane as a sane person.
I think
Do you want to know how many sane people actually say that? Not many in my line of work. If you have to start a sentence with, I'm not crazy, but, then that's not a good place to start.
Well,
listen,
there's
Mr.
some things
Bradshaw,
in
Mr. Bradshaw, regardless of whether this is true or not, if they believe it, somebody else may have acted upon it if they thought it was true as well.
Sure, I just want to feel confident working next to you all for the foreseeable future. Right now, I don't feel comfortable. I kind of think you all should talk to a doctor, a different doctor.
if you're not comfortable, Jerry, you can leave.
No, this
Yeah.
case is still open.
Okay.
I've worked
So
with
I'm
Chet
gonna
for
follow
years.
it up.
Listen, he's fine.
Look, you think this
It'll
is a
be
joke?
fine.
You think I'm
Fine.
acting crazy just because for shits and giggles, for fun?
I
No,
will
there's
say,
something in the book.
as a reminder of Dr. Matson, you could always roll psychoanalysis to see if you could like keep your buddies
Yeah,
more
that's
proper.
I have 3 points in psychoanalysis.
Time to spend all 3.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah. So then you wouldn't. So yeah, you basically, if you want to like take, if Chet is, if and either of the two of them are amicable to it, you can't. Like,
Oh
can't
yeah, you can
force
look
it,
me up. I trust you with
but,
my
like,
life, Matson.
you can definitely you can start like you can take some time to like sit them down, start like talking them through rationales, like
yeah,
try to
yeah.
yeah. So and basically any point you spend is going to give someone 2 points of stability.
Okay. So from the sounds of it, Elliot's down
Elliot
more
needs
than
more. Yeah.
Okay. So 4 for Elliot and 2 for Alberts.
If you
Does that
succeed on a
sound?
roll, right? Or...
Do I have to succeed?
You don't need to succeed. You don't need to roll.
Oh, okay.
I'm just spending them.
Basically, that's there's an optional rule where you do have to roll, but you only got 3. I'm not going to make you roll.
Okay, great.
I'm more sane now. Woo.
Yeah, it's like it's this moment of like being talked like in Dr. Matt, you already sort of gave your sort of rationale, like it's yet like someone
Yeah.
obviously is like trying to make this happen. So
Right.
Albert, that's sort of like there's still that thought like in the back of your mind, like it's not like the feeling of the book goes away, but you are able to sort of, like there's a little bit of the vision's a little less cloudy as you sort of like get talked down a little bit.
Jeez. All I know is this book's dangerous. The ideas that are being shared in this book are dangerous. Something's giving me goosebumps.
It matches what the paper Gavin. I think the 3, right? The most foul the most, it says. Are they tied up with this? Is that their banner?
Maybe, but all I do know is that I need to take that down.
Yeah, and you can sort of go over, and like it's just sort of on the street. Like you could like bring a ladder from the you just bring a ladder from the office and like just sort of like take it down. Nobody really cares. Like it's not like anyone's like what are you doing, man? Just like you just like go grab it and pull it down.
I
Elliot,
guess
you want to add? Oh yeah, go ahead.
while they're doing that, I'm assuming I'm projecting a little bit from like the town I grew up in, where there would be lots of stores and things kind of along this street where they then have
Yeah.
the flags
Yeah, like
going
as I said,
around.
like the flags, the building flag on is set on like just it's like there's like grocery store at the bottom floor.
Yeah. Like using I have every face skill besides intimidation, but just kind of asking around if anyone remembers who hung that symbol up. Is that the new Crew of Swords
Yeah, and
sign and
like
whatnot?
yeah, you sort of talk to one of these people who's like, yeah, I just you see there's a couple of workers who are also putting up like other Mardi Gras decorations. Like he just sort of looks at it, it's like, yeah, I've seen that symbol around before. Yeah, I think that's the crew, the swords crew.
Hmm, okay. Do you know where they may be based at or anything like
Uh,
that? Just trying to get in contact with them here.
Yeah, I guess he started pointing. He started mentions like, yeah, I think what their office is, and like they'll get the same stuff you got from the newspaper. Like, there's like a list of like, here are some of the offices they worked out of, nothing like a warehouse or anything.
Okay. But still enough that to kind of point us in a direction because I want to start seeing if we go around those locations, if we start seeing more of those flags, as I'm going to assume we can kind of lead them. They'll start from their base and then kind of spiral out as they're traveling. So we may be able to use those to lead us to them.
Yeah, so you'll start. So yeah, if you want to like start walking, just sort of walk in that direction. So they're in. The cruise offices are all on Canal Street, so probably not too far from the office.
Hmm.
You start seeing, and you can see, yeah, like as you sort of approach the office, you see, yeah, those symbols are just sort of sort of plastered around pretty commonly, just sort of mixing in with the rest of the Mardi Gras decorations.
Yeah. By the time by the time I see that, I kind of just want to turn heel and go back and explain to the others just this general idea that we can two birds, one stone it. You can take these symbols down, but I'm thinking they may lead us to wherever they're coming from. It's the shop guy says that he thinks that it's from the crew. They may have just changed their new symbol around, or we never noticed it before.
I think today we should work through that list of names. Meet up with people in that crew. Maybe
Yeah.
ask.
Didn't Peter have the address for the warehouse? Didn't he talk to them?
Yeah,
Gavin didn't write down the address to the warehouse.
Oh, okay.
but I'm assuming you can
don't know
get
where
that
the warehouse
information.
is, but you'd probably get it out of like once again sort of the main sort of offices. You could probably get a warehouse out of. You can also, and yeah, once again, you do have like you have the names and addresses of all the people in the crew, or at least the
Okay.
three big ones.
So,
Mhm.
so yeah, so we've got the address of the office, which might lead to the warehouse, and we've got the three people. I don't. I if I had to put in my 2 cents as a rookie, I'd like to talk to Miss Fowler. I think she's I think she's seen maybe what Chad and I saw. If you know, she's a little more plugged in. It seems like.
Do you and
Yeah.
Chet feel comfortable going to talk to her?
Yeah,
Or
that's
do you want
fine.
one of us along?
Um,
Would you be able to reassure her? Or did
Okay, I
she?
can go along. I can go along with you if you want.
uh, Jerry's gonna go and find out the source of the warehouse, or do you want? I know you had interest in seeing Creighton, the guy with the criminal record history.
Yeah. Like I'm also fine tagging along for Fowler. I think at this point Jerry is just more kind of dubious, doesn't really know what's going on or where to start. Um
Jerry, if you want backup, I can always go with you. I mean, yeah, I'm good with whatever.
Yeah, no,
Actually,
why
I
don't you
think
go with Elliot? I mean, Jerry and Elliot go together. I'll go with Matson.
okay.
I'm
Or I can go
feeling a
with
lot
y'all
better
and
now.
I'll talk to the staff because there was that note that she was meeting with somebody. So maybe I could get a
Yeah.
better description talking with the workers around the house. I'll just go with y'all to Fowler.
Yeah, let's just all go.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have
Okay.
any strong ideas.
Done.
Now.
So you'll be taking a bit of a drive. It's sort
Get
of
in.
around sort of so New Orleans is set on the banks of Lake Pontchartrain, and you'll be sort of like leaving the city a bit, sort of out towards the outskirts, sort of around the lake, as you're in this sort of marshy wetland surrounded by these tall, thick trees. And eventually, basically, you'll see there's this very nice, or at least it would be extremely expensive lakeside property that you'll be heading out towards. And you see, as you approach, you see this large gate that has, the Fowler family name sort of above the big iron gate. And you can see past it, you'll see it's this large two-story mansion amidst the sprawling gardens, trees, and shrubs. You see a long driveway leading from Lakeshore Drive to a circular parking lot in front of the house. You see large gardens, ornate fountains. You see, and the house itself is this two-story antebellum affair. These large neoclassical columns, large brick chimneys, sort of flat-topped.
And does it look like it's pretty well upkept at this point?
Looking over, no. It looks like there's the gardens up front. If you're looking a little closer, are all a little overgrown. Yeah, you do see there's this sort of the gate, and the gate you sort of approach, and you open, and there's no gate, there's no the gate guard. It's just you just go over on the gate. You literally just pull it open. It's not locked. There's no chain or anything around it, and you just hear this loud iron, this loud sort of rusted iron creak as you open the door or open the gate.
There may not be any staff to talk to, Jerry.
Yeah, I can't believe rich dame like this doesn't even have security out front.
She a millionaire?
You think so? Old money.
Well, so there's a gate.
Yeah, the gate's open, but the gate is open.
Oh, the gate's up. We'll just drive right on up then.
Yeah.
I'll park in front of the building.
Yeah, you park in this little sort of large, sort of circular parking lot, sort of surrounding this sort of central. There's this large statue in the middle that seems to see one of the older Fowlers. One of the older Fowlers, sort of in the statue in the middle of the parking lot.
Just getting out of the car, try to smooth out some of the wrinkles in my shirt, button up the button again to look a bit more presentable, hope that the smell doesn't carry. And guess we can head up and knock on the door.
You
Rap on the door.
Yeah, you rap on the door, and you see there, and after a little bit, you sort of hear some movement behind the door. And the door does open, and you see there's this tall, beautiful, athletic woman, early 30s, but looks like she could be in her 30s, early 40s, but looks like she could be in her 30s. Dresses, conservatively, finely designed dresses, and a long, flowing fur coat. And he says, hello, what do I owe the pleasure?
Well,
Hello, ma'am. My name is Dr. Madsen. This is my associate, Mr. Alberts. We're from a private investigator organization. We're here investigating a mysterious death, and we don't think you have a connection to it. We'd like to ask you some questions, if that would be okay.
She sort of looks at you. You got any social skills there, Dr. Matson?
If you need,
No,
I can.
which is why I don't know why I'm talking. I have high society. I have high society.
Yeah, high society will get. Yeah,
There you go.
high society. You can sort of you sort of you sort of the things you just said are sort of like what come are sort of what come out, but you can sort of rephrase you sort of like in your brain rephrase it to be a little more like
Are you
you know.
suggesting I should rephrase what I said? Are you
No,
suggesting
not
what I
rephrase.
said wasn't good enough?
Not to
But
someone
like
in
you're
high society.
with your
Yeah.
high
Right.
society, you can sort of like make it a little. You can you sort of dress it
Add
up a
some
little bit.
thee and thous.
Yeah, pretty
Whoa.
much.
Uh,
Make it sound like Shakespeare.
Yeah,
Yes,
so you
ma'am.
can.
We're looking into events surrounding Mr. Peter Gavin, and based on our investigations, you were one of the last people to talk to him before he committed suicide. We're trying to follow in his steps and figure out what must have happened around there. We just wanted to, yeah, we just wanted to ask and see what you knew or if you remembered talking to this young man.
Mr. Gavin, yes. And like with between you and Dr. Batson, just like yes, you please do come inside. I can set up some tea. I just made a pot. Um, please do come inside. She opens the door and you see there's this very elegant foyer. Like you see, it's sort of like you open the door and you see there's this large staircase, this sort of large decorated staircase that leads up sort of to a second floor balcony. See, there's this large chandelier that covers that sort of lights the entire space, and fine furniture everywhere you look, large paintings.
I'm
Really,
looking around, and can I use my Cthulhu mythos knowledge to see if there's any connection to the play in the artwork or any of the format of this building?
nothing that you see.
Okay.
So I
Is-
should note, anytime you use Cthulhu, if there's any time you want to spend a point of Cthulhu Mythos, you
Yeah.
can, but it costs you immediate sanity and stability. You don't get a roll. It just like if you
Okay.
use Cthulhu Mythos, you get blasted in some way. Yeah. In this way, yeah. But currently you are, but yeah, nothing that sort of stands
I'm
out.
just using it for clues right now. So yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
you
think
can. You're looking around, nothing sense. It seems like it's all very tasteful. It's a little old, like clearly she hasn't like kept up with sort of the this year's fashion. It doesn't seem to be, but besides that,
yeah,
but
Ralph will lean over to Jerry, maybe kind of by the back, and be like, "Did she say she's making tea?"
Yeah, I don't think she has any staff for this big ass mansion.
This is Fowler, right?
Pretty sure. Like, based on my career in the
yeah,
paper, would I
yeah,
recognize her
yeah,
appearance?
Yeah.
that's Rosa Fowler. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Why?
that's
Why is
her.
she answering the door?
She must have fired everybody. They said she was still in mourning, but
Well, we can ask her about that.
and as you're sort of having this discussion, so you have this discussion after she sits you down like a little meeting table.
yeah.
And and she does come in with like a tray of like tea and very fine china, and she'll like give everyone a cup and says, um, "Yes, how um, I I did talk to this Gavin fellow. He seemed interested in the crew that I um fund. Um, I really don't see why. But um, yes, feel free to. You said he died. That's terrible."
Very terrible. Very
Yes.
terrible indeed.
Do you can you recall what questions he was asking you about the crew? He had some mentions of it in his notes. We're just trying to piece everything together because it's I hate to tell you, it's not making a lot of sense. So we're just trying to understand. Was there any questions he asked you in particular that seemed to stand out?
Mm, No, not really. He interviewed me twice in the past 6 weeks or so. Says something says it was in connection to the solar crew and the Mardi Gras activities. We do planning. We create decorations. We create floats. Really nothing. mm,
How are your preparations going for this year?
They're coming around quite well. I've had Bouchard does his job quite well. Makes all the gets people talking with each other. Normally that would be my duty in the last couple of years, but I've been a little out of the loop, as it were,
Mm-hmm.
recently.
Yes,
Um,
we had heard, and again, we're so sorry for your loss with everything. If you'd like, I work for the paper, and we could potentially run a story if you'd like to talk about any if you have any new exciting preparations for this year's Mardi Gras, any new floats or designs, or if you wanted to talk about the upcoming masquerade ball, happy to run anything in that there. We're just, we're trying to understand the world around us.
um, yes. As far as the I know you mentioned the loss. I've been doing better recently. I have my spiritual advisor. He's been making things. He's been helping quite a lot. He's been helping with the Mardi Gras decorations as well. So everyone, it's been everything's been a little easier in the last few weeks.
Oh,
But
that
as far as the paper, we have our we started working on advertisements and such. I appreciate the offer, but we should be fine now.
Oh,
I'd
Who's
like to.
yours?
Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
I said I'd like to lean back in the chair and maybe use my notice skill to see if there's any other sign of. I know there's no sign of like the wait staff or any but thing, but from the notes, she was talking to someone like a voodoo person, and as soon as she mentioned spiritual advisor, I'm wondering if he's in the building right now. Any signs of
Um,
that?
you sort of take hold of with notice.
I
Nothing.
can spend a point.
You could make give me a sense trouble roll
Sense trouble.
instead.
I'll spend 3. Bam, done. Let's see. 8.
Yeah, you're glancing around. You're sort of like leaning back, sort of listening, and
He's
you
watching.
do hear movement. You hear movement, a little bit of movement upstairs.
Okay.
It's like you would expect as you're sitting in this room, like you expect constant movement. You're expecting the sound of servants moving back and forth, but like you just sort of you hear like like some slightly creaking floorboards upstairs. And that's about
Hmm.
it.
Uh, then I will speak up. Is your spiritual advisor here? I hear someone moving upstairs.
Yeah. Yes.
We would love to talk to him.
Oh. Yes. Of course.
Maybe
And
I use a flattery.
yeah, and like he'll sort of like yes. He sort of goes over. There are like little serpent bells that he can go over and like ring the bell, and like seemingly someone in the house hears it.
As soon as she
He,
steps away to ring the bell, I'm gonna say, stay on your toes. Don't give too much away.
and eventually she comes back, and there is this like with her. It's like there is this like tall, gangly man with a very handsome face. He seems younger. He's wearing this like very loose, untidy button up. He's got a top hat, and he's got this ring of bones around his neck. And he says, "I didn't know we had guests." He sort of like leans forward with a hand extended. My friends call me Papa Screech. It's a pleasure to meet y'all.
Papa Screech. Oh, all right. I'll
A
shake his hand.
professional name. Yeah. He starts, shake hands with the four of you. It's like, Dr. Matson and Jerry, and all of you see it, but the two of you see hanging around his neck, around this necklace of bones, at the bottom, there is this there is this brooch with this black inlaid stone, and of course, in the sort of designed on the stone is that symbol inlaid in gold. I need Dr. Matson and Jerry to make me symbols.
okay. I'm gonna spend a point as a
Mhm.
bonus because since he said screech, I'm now a bit on edge.
I was going to say the same thing.
That is a 4 with the extra point.
7.
Jerry, you see
Uh-oh.
you sort of look
Too
out the
low.
brooch and you see it begin to twist a little bit as you look at it. You sort of have to blink and you sort of like pull back. Lose 3 stability.
God damn. Okay.
Welcome to the club. Woo!
Yeah.
Doctor's holding strong.
I did want to say, as soon as they say screech too, Ralph like kind of quietly unsnaps his holster. Yeah,
Jesus,
like
man.
he's he is not feeling comfortable in this situation at all. But anyways, Jerry, how you doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Yeah, I think after Chet seems to be taking up a lot of the main conversation right now, so Jerry's kind of knocked on his back foot for just a little bit after getting some time to recollect myself. I think I want to kind of open with very nice to meet you, sir. We were just doing a story on, the upcoming Mardi Gras festival and talking with Miss Fowler here. She had mentioned that she's very excited for a lot of the work that not only you have been doing with her, but the preparations you've been doing for the parade. I was wondering, would you two like to pose for a photo that we can put in the paper just as a little getting up some of the excitement for the crew of swords? Most honorable crew of swords.
He sort of like Fowler sort of looks to him for a yes or no. And he like gives a nod. It's like, I'm sure we'd be happy to. Where would you like us to stand?
Right.
You all can take your pick. There was
Mhm.
this lovely fountain outside, or if there's any of the floats of materials, a dealer's choice in this case. Truly, you're doing us an honor and a favor just by getting to meet with you and have this conversation. We're very grateful.
Um, it's like,
Oh wait, I didn't
he's-
light a cigarette because I'm in someone else's rich home, so forget I did that.
Fowler sort of like this, we should take a picture with our great grandfather, and he says, "Yes, of course, of course." And so they sort of lead you back outside to the statue out front, and
Okay.
sort of like pose in front of it.
Yeah, and then getting a pose, I want to, yeah, I'll go ahead and spend a couple of frames in my camera to be sure that I get a good close up with
Yeah.
this guy's image.
Do you want to do like
Mhm.
a point spend to buy me more time to sneak around?
Actually, yeah, I have 2 points in photography.
Oh
So,
yeah, if
yeah.
you want to spend a point in photography, that'll leave the
Yeah,
door
I'll
wide
spend a
open.
point to basically distract them and be sure that I get some close up pictures for
I'm
the
gonna
puff
finish with
piece
my
thing.
tea here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that works for me.
Yeah, so yeah, so you'll be taking some photos, and you can ask, and as you're sort of finishing wrapping up, you ask Fowler and Screech any questions you would like. Is anyone staying behind with Chet to sneak around?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Ralph is gonna.
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
gonna
go with
burn this
Jerry.
lady's house down. Jesus.
I
I
mean,
was
if
gonna
there's another
ask.
$2,000 laying around,
I was gonna ask her about with I have a point in history. I wasn't gonna spend the point necessarily, but I was gonna
Yeah.
ask about her her great grandfather or her grandfather.
Mhm. Yes. Usually with your history, yes, he was a great man. You would know that, like, yeah, you also got this from the paper. The Fowlers, like, he's the one the great grandfather is the one who renamed the family to Fowler. Originally, they had
Right.
a different last name because they were trying to avoid, the scandal of they were trying to distance themselves from their slave owning past after the Civil War.
Mm. And what made him so great?
Yes, and he's like, well, built this wonderful house, and he brought the family out of ashes. And, sort of describes like a brief version of the family history with all the bits that he doesn't want to talk about removed. You with your history, you know very well what he's removing. Just this very clean version of a family that came up by bootstraps during the colonial days. It's just sort of this very clean, boring
Sanitized.
yeah, sanitized,
The
exactly.
fucking antebellum family talking about, oh, just lifted ourselves up by our bootstraps.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What kind of business were you in? Oh,
Well,
shipping.
Agriculture?
Yeah.
well, currently they're in shape. But yeah, but she'll happily natter along, and Screech will sort of nod and occasionally, basically doesn't add anything.
I want to try to fan the flames and keep him talking about some of the new additions and things that he's
Mhm.
done for the floats. He seemed kind of open to talking about, like, yeah, I'm doing that. If he can get any descriptions on their plans or preparations, I really want to see if I can schmooze him into giving some details about where their warehouse is, or like where the floats are. If I could try and get access to get some photos of the floats and whatnot in
Yeah.
preparation for the full parade.
He's a little resistant to saying anything about the warehouse. You immediately notice that with your assessed honesty. He just
Hmm.
like anytime sort of floats that direction, he immediately pushes back.
Hmm.
But he will sort of yes, I've been I have had my own own little touches. He sort of lifts the little symbols like I made this the symbol for the crew this year. It's a voodoo sign, means good luck. Came to me in a dream once.
Hmm.
With
Yeah,
my
that's
point in
really eye
theology,
catching.
with my
Brain
point in
theology.
theology, does that? I don't think
You
that
could
rings true, does it?
and she'll like there's not you don't recognize it. It could be, but you would need but there are like voodoo experts obviously all around New Orleans. You could start like if you wanted to like see if this had any connection to voodoo, it would probably be best to ask someone.
Mm, okay.
Um
Yeah,
yeah,
I think that that's another one. I'm like, oh, could I get a close up of that? And then like getting in to snap a big picture to get as fucking close to his face as possible, as that way we can get a solid like, have you seen this man? Um, to get those details. Trying,
yeah,
yeah, get just to flatter him and get what information as we can without tipping our hand.
yeah. Rosa will sort of pipe up like, they were here looking into that reporter, and he says, "Oh, yeah, I heard from Miss Fowler that she had some speaking with this Peter Gavin fellow. I never met the man, but uh, yeah, it was some told by Miss Fowler believed he sort of chuckles like he seemed to think of me as some sort of fraud, and he sort of chuckles like very loudly.
Hmm. Yeah, we was just trying to figure out what, like, I'm sorry, we got a little distracted here. I just got so excited thinking about the new parade. But yeah, we came here originally trying to figure out what Mr. Gavin was looking into here. We just saw in his notes that he had met with Miss Fowler, and just us at the paper, we're trying to tie up any loose ends, just trying to figure out what was going on. Have you said that you never really met him?
No,
It seemed
never
like
met.
he wasn't much a fan of you, though.
I guess not. He, said I was after Miss Fowler's fortune. And of course, I'm not. Take great pride in putting Miss Fowler back in contact with her lost. And Fowler sort of nods and says, "He's a great help. He's been, I wouldn't be able to even host the party most likely, if it weren't for him."
Yeah, I understand. I'm glad you're able to help her out through these times. It's devastating. So that's everyone needs a spiritual healer in times of grief like that.
He sort of nods, like, of course. I mean, who wants to believe their their loved ones are just gone. It's a damn shame, and there are these atheists around. They'll say that it's just nothing after they're gone, and I don't like to believe that. And I've seen with my own eyes. It's beautiful. It's beautiful what you can do. When you meet back up with them after they're gone.
How would you do that?
Well, you see, I'm a bit of a practitioner of the old arts, and you know, um, I do my best to follow the ways of the spirits, and usually this is a like bone white man talking about voodoo as like that's where your theology sort of catches like this man like he says like the basics of voodoo and like you can see like with your theology you would note he's dressed sort of similarly to Baron Sandy, the
Mhm.
Loa of Death, but that'd be only something you would ever do during like active ritual. It's very clear that he is not like he's just aware like you're like this man is
Cultural
clearly wearing
appropriation.
voodoo. Yeah, exactly. This man is wearing voodoo as a costume. You
Yeah.
can smell it off of him. Yeah.
He's gonna get
Then,
canceled.
well, I guess, pardon me for asking, and if the answer is no, I don't mean anything by it, but I'm just curious. If that's the case, then do you think that you could perhaps put us in contact with Mr. Gavin to figure out what happened? He just seemed to die under mysterious circumstances, and we want to make sure that there wasn't any foul play or anything involved.
I think that's a good thing for a point spend. What do you want?
Okay.
Which one of your points do you want to spend?
I'll spend a point of flattery. Just be
Yeah,
like,
that
oh
makes
yeah,
sense.
if you can reach to people beyond the veil, like, yeah, let's put us in contact with the fucking murder victim.
Yeah, he's like, that is an interesting idea. Why don't you? And he lists like an address, like a park, sort of in New Orleans. Like, you know, of course, this only works This only works at night. So, why don't you say around 8 p.m. Why don't you stop by there and we might have a little session ourselves. Of course, I don't work for free, but if you would like to, I could take a small fee for my services, and I would be happy to see if I can put you back in contact with that friend of yours.
Well, that's a very generous offer. Yeah, let me see. Let me reach out to some folks at the paper, see if we could get a little pool going or something to be able to uh, facilitate this. I think I'll do my best to be there. 8 p.m. at the park. Yeah.
Yeah.
As a doctor, I'd love to see something like that.
These are nods, and he's like, of course, of course. So as we sort of like push back inside, Ralph, Chet, you are sort of sitting
Yeah.
in what
Oh
sounds like
yeah,
a
we
very empty
placed the
house.
the tea
Yeah.
on the coffee table, right? And I
Mhm.
immediately head upstairs
Yeah,
because
you
that's
go
where he was moving around. I think
upstairs.
his room's
Yeah,
up there.
you move upstairs and
If
start
there's any
looking
locks in
around.
my way, easy. I got some
Mhm.
locksmith.
So looking around, you see, it's luxuriously furnished with silver paintings, furniture, and antiques throughout. But it's all like it clearly hasn't been cleaned or dusted in a quite a while. It doesn't seem.
Mhm.
It's been like it up here. It just sort of you know seems sort of untouched for a very long time as you start moving through, except for the footprints in the floor, and that's sort of where you can follow. And you see there's these, um, you see a bed. You see there's a couple of doors up here that seem to have some pretty common traffic. There's sort of one on the left, one on the right. Which one would you like to open?
All right. I'm going for try both doors, see if they're both locked.
Yeah, they're both.
All right. I was gonna say I was going for the locked one, but they're both locked.
Mhm.
So I'm going to try with the point spend and notice. Could I tell where the movement was coming from upstairs in relation to the chair I was sitting in? I'm gonna go in that room because I want to be in the room that Screech was in,
Yeah, so you'll be able to follow that quickly, and you sort of come over to one of these rooms, and
and it's
you
locked,
know,
and I'll
yeah, you
take
can
out a bobby pin.
take the time, and yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, Ralph will watch your back while you're doing that, and he is again like he's sweating up a storm.
Once we get
you
back, we gotta sit back in that chair,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is
you
that
open
or
the
what's
door.
pretend.
wrong with that
Oh,
guy?
okay. We open the door. So excited.
You see the room is unlit except by candles. You see there was light. Well, there were light bulbs in this room, but they have been removed. The room is almost entirely bare. There's exposed wooden flooring covered in melted yellow candle wax. There is a single bed sort of set up more like a cot, and the only other thing in the room is a writing desk.
Journal.
You look over, you look to the desk, and you see sitting proudly on the desk is a black book bound in snakeskin.
Damn, he's got a copy.
think he went the other way. You had your wits about you. You said, don't look at it. I'm thinking this guy's the other way. I think he's more on the side of the last king.
Oh, he's sharing it. Yeah, that's not right. We gotta do something about it. Uh, candles, they're still lit, right? Start a fire.
I honestly, burning the book is. Do we burn it or do we take it?
Here, it's too that's way too obvious.
Look, what are we hiding from? And like Ralph is absolutely getting antsy of like.
All right. This is what we're gonna do.
He's the guy. Like it's him, right? It's him.
Sure, but we can't do anything. Like we don't know what he's planning, so I think we should. There's a window in here, right?
This is an interior bedroom, so you're looking out. There is no window. It seems
Okay.
like you assume he very specifically.
Yeah.
without a window.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the book. We don't want to have it on our persons, so we're just gonna throw it out a window into a bush.
Okay.
So we can retrieve it later.
Okay. Yeah,
and
because
then we
they're
can
out
burn it.
front. Yeah, they're out
Yeah.
front. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna work on the other lock. You do that.
Yeah. Okay. And he'll go up and like grab it and head towards the back of the house to find a suitable bush to throw this book
Yeah,
behind.
you open the door, and like it's the backyard is all gardens and well cultivated land. So yeah, you toss it, and there's a bush. It lands in a bush somewhere. There's not. It's untended as well. It has been for seemingly about a year. So you're looking at so yeah, there's no shortage of places where that book can fall and not be noticed.
A gardener gets just knocked out. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll do that. You're looking at the other locked room, Chet, and you eventually hear the click. And would you like to open the door?
Gotcha, son of a bitch. Open the door.
You see this room is covered in walls in several tables that are all covered in dozens of photographs of Rosa Fowler's husband and the daughter. All the photos that he could find have been placed all just sort of scattered around the book. There's a few mementos, a rag doll, a plain necklace of white porcelain beads, dried and crumbling flowers, and so on. You see several partly burnt votive candles also present.
Some kind of like seance. Let's not disturb any. I don't think I see anything relatively important.
You see there is a drawer. At least there is one drawer.
Oh, all right. Well, we gotta get in there.
You sort of sneak up and you sort of like look up and you see there like sort of this drawer. There's this drawer. It's sort of central in the room, so it stands out. And it's just this drawer with this single photo of this little girl surrounded by candles. And you open the
I'm
drawer.
guessing that they're obviously her family. That's why she's in mourning. I'll open it. So what's in the drawer?
You see a small journal.
All right. How quickly can I flip through this?
You can certainly flip to the last page pretty quickly.
I'll do so.
You flip over, and I'm going to drop another handout in the Discord.
All right. Let's read that. All right.
You go ahead and read that.
January 10th, 1924. I awaken again in this place. The golden joy
Golden
fog laps against my feet in waves. The towers rise behind the moons. I feel the mask again on my face. I see my beautiful girl dressed in the finest gown. She beckons and I follow. She leads me again to the palace of gold. The masked revelers all bow. She takes me to the thrones where my beloved sits. He tells me to take my rightful place in the king's seat. I turn to the crowd and see them. My God, their faces. They are all dead, devoured by maggots, but cheering. I know I must say something to them. My mouth begins moving of its own accord. What do I say? Well, This is a little disturbing.
And you start flipping through backwards, and you start seeing like maybe at some like maybe a white like or starting a few months before this sort of message. You see, like it was a normal journal, and then very suddenly became like a dream journal describing a lot of similar scenes to this page.
Probably when Fowler met Screech, most likely. All right, I'll take note of this. I won't take it,
Mhm.
but I'll close the drawer, lock up, make sure my steps are covered,
Mhm.
and then I'll just make my way downstairs and sit on the couch.
And Ralph, assuming that you sort of
Yeah,
follow that work.
Ralph. Ralph will go there and just like he's having trouble. I'd say. Uh,
Play it
he's
cool, Ralph.
doing my best, and he's just like his tea is done because he's just drunk all of it.
Back outside, did either of you have anything else you would like to speak to Fowler or Screech about?
I don't think so. I think we've gotten just about all the information out of Fowler that she may have. She seems kind of hands off in this whole affair. Um, I wonder if I could use. I mean, I already spent my point in flattery, but I wonder if I could maybe use a bit of high society to ask if she would be
Um,
willing to put in a word that we could reach
Yeah,
out
only
for an
spend
interview with
points
Yeah.
for
Creighton.
bonuses.
Yeah, you can spend. Yeah, if you even if you've already spent all your points, you can still get all the you can also get the clues from it. You can even if you've spent all your flattery, you can still flatter people to get information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I guess the last thing would I would just be kind of like wrapping up this interview puff piece, making a show out of taking notes and things. And I would ask Miss Fowler if she would be able to put us in contact with Mr. Creighton or Mr. Bouchard for, just to get all of the crew's sort of perspectives on this to talk about the upcoming parade and the masquerade ball and things like that.
I can certainly put in a word for you. They're both very busy men. But
Yes, of course, of course. I'd greatly appreciate any help that we can get. Just trying to get the word out. That way, everyone can know what great things you both have planned.
I believe Crichton's out in one of his oil fields at present. He probably won't be back for the next few days. He described there's this oil field sort of a little bit like it'd be like a maybe 3 hour drive out of New Orleans. He's like if he's up there for the current, he'll be back closer to the day of Mardi Gras. But yes, Bouchard should be. Bouchard's a very fine man. I'm sure you'll find him somewhere around here.
All right. Well, thank you both very much, and thank you both for your time. And I'll be sure to note your kindness and generosity in the final piece whenever it is published. I don't have any other questions, Dr. Matson. Anything else from you? I wonder if our friends are getting a bit bored inside.
Yeah, I think that's. I don't have any other questions. Just have an interest in religion, so I was just curious about your practice. That's all.
Yes, and then if you'd like me to be once again at 8, we'd have a very nice long talk about it. If you'd like. I seem to, I take quite a lot of pride in my practice. I'd be happy
Yeah,
to talk on it at a more appropriate time.
absolutely. I'd be interested.
You know, but
Breaking bread, as it were.
and he'll shake both of your hands again, sort of, have him and Fowler also lead you back inside to the tea room, and you'll see your two friends are sitting around.
Well, gentlemen, I think we got all the information just for that I need anyway, for a newspaper piece. Are there any other questions that you had for Miss Fowler or for Dr. Screech here?
Sir, I don't want to take up too much of your time, so I guess we'll be on our way.
Of course. And, Fowler will sort of say, yes, and, you've been so kind. She's sort of goes over and says, Street, could you please get these uh, fine, uh, reporters an invitation to the ball. And he says, yes, of course. And he bows out. And eventually he'll come back with 4 little slips of paper and pass them out to each of you. So,
Thank you very
drop
much.
another panel doesn't really have that much information except for date and time, but it's still a nice little handout.
It's
Very
not
nice.
I think,
personalized, right?
God damn it, the PNG is too big.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Too proud of it.
it's like a novelty check size invitation.
Screenshot it. You're good.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Something embedded in it.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Screech.
He introduced himself as Pop.
I know he's Papa Screech.
Papa
Barry
Doctor.
called him Doctor, and I'm like, is he a doctor?
What's the abbreviation for Papa?
Screech Doctor thyself.
PP.
The
Bond.
most honorable crew of swords invites you to a night of drink, dance, and merriment. Monday, March 3rd, 1924, 9 of the clock. Mask and costume required.
Yeah, you would have gotten this out of the during the conversation. This year's theme for the crew is Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, it's got
Okay.
the
So
Mad
you-
Hatter on the image.
So you'd be expected to come in costume as an Alice in Wonderland character.
Very cool.
Well, I always look terrible in rabbit ears, so I'll try not to be late. All right. I'm so funny. I think we should probably get going. That
We
way I
should go.
keep working
Let's
on
go.
my material.
Don't quit your day job.
So you
And-
threw the book out the window in a bush that it's easy
Yeah.
for us to just grab.
Yeah, and like I'm envisioning he went down the hallway and then like a little away, so it's not immediately like if he goes upstairs to his room, sees the book, he's not going to step out of the hallway, turn to his side, and see Ralph in the bush.
I would like someone to make a stealth. Whoever's going to go around and I guess it would be Ralph because Ralph, you're the one who knows the specific book
Oh shit. All right.
or Bush, not book.
All right. I'm very good at this. I'll be right back.
I'll start the car. No!
Where did I put this? Goddamn Russell.
Mhm. Yep, and you're not interrupted when you eventually find it and pick it up.
All right. Time to get back the fuck out of here. And he does like the low crouch run back towards the front.
The dude's watching you the entire time.
He just stares out the window.
Fuck.
That's my book.
Like metagaming, I think Jerry is trying hard to be like, I just work at the paper. I don't even know these folks. Like, you can drop me back off at the paper. Please don't come kill me, because I don't know what the fuck these two chuckleheads are doing in here.
Yeah, and you see running around and slipping into the car, Ralph. I assume you sort of like shoved it into like into like your
Yeah.
coat. Mhm.
And he's got like a little bit of like some leaves and stuff still stuck to him, I assume. Just, all right, we can go.
What
He
the
had a
fuck are
book.
you doing?
He had a book.
Mm.
It'll kind of like show just a little bit of the black snake skin. He had a copy of the book. That guy's fucked.
And you fucking took it? I think like as
Yeah.
we're driving away, you just
Yeah.
see like from the camera through the back glass. I'm like, I gave him my fucking name, you jackass. You don't think
Why
he's gonna
did you
notice
do
his
that?
precious fucking book going missing?
He can't have this goddamn. The argument begins as
He
we.
knows all of our
pan
names.
out.
I did introduce us at the beginning.
Fuck.
That's true.
Jerry, you're sort of like looking at like as he sort of like pulls out the cover of the book, like sort of slightly, and you see just a little bit of that yellow symbol, and Jerry it just keeps turning in your mind and you just feel this sense of just malaise, impending doom, just this definite feeling that something awful is going to happen.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling, but for very practical reasons
Yeah.
right now. So I'm be like,
Yeah.
put that shit away. Like I kind of see that. I don't even file that away. I'm just like, fucking throw it out the window. God damn it.
What?
Well,
the
we're gonna
fuck?
burn it.
No. Yeah. This is bad news.
You're bad news. Jesus Christ, bud. Light a cigarette in the car.
Oh shit! I should holster my gun again. Sorry. One
Yeah.
second.
Also,
Click.
Papa Doctor, whatever the fuck his name, Screech. He offered to meet at the park tonight at 8 p.m., which now I'm almost certain is going to be a fucking hit, just based on you stealing his precious cult Bible, whatnot. But we know where he might be, or at least where some of their crew members might be.
All right, then I guess we go to it.
Yeah, right, but not like out in it, right? We ambush the ambush.
Yeah, we ambush the ambushers.
Yeah, okay.
I will say it is pretty. It's probably more. It's you all got up pretty early, and this is pretty much the first thing you did. So we are still around. We are probably around noon to 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's good. We got probably 1 or 2 more things we can do today before we head over to the ambush.
Go
Yeah.
to Bouchard.
Yeah, I would like to go to what's his name? Creighton.
Oh, the oil field.
Oh, that's a little out of town.
Yeah, I
if we
guess it is
drove
out of
there
town.
and drive back, that's 8 o'clock.
Then let's go to Bouchard. You're right.
While we're driving, Ralph is going to kind of take the book out and just make sure it's the same interior, right? Like he's reading the bit again, maybe skipping a passage or two, but he's confirming these are the same.
It's quite the same. It's just as enthralling the third time around.
Ralph,
Alright,
you got to put
only
that
the
away.
third.
We
no.
need to burn that as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm just checking to make sure he doesn't have any like errata
annotations?
or anything. Yeah. Sure. He didn't even think of annotations, but that's a good point.
Alright.
Open them
Yeah,
in
sure,
Doctor's
that sounds
bag.
like a
Just
good
put it
idea.
in. Just put it in here.
You see, there is like one passage sort of underlined, and it's the moments before the masquerade where the description of the stranger wearing the dead king's face.
Yep. Oh Lord, that's not what you want underlined. Oh, tell him about that. Like Fowler's off her rocker. She's having dreams.
Yeah, he's doing some kind of ritual that's like allowing her to talk to her dead. She had an entire room dedicated to her family.
Yeah, I believe it. They were both real enthusiastic about being able to reconnect to loved ones and whatnot behind the veil and whatnot. That's what
Yeah,
he
that-
offered
that
to
ain't
meet
right.
us. Yeah, he offered to meet us to connect us with Gavin, probably on a collect call. But so if this is what he's arguing for, I have no doubt he's been pissing in her ear for months at this point. So
And that outfit, it's so tacky.
yeah, I think we call that appropriation in our business here.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm finally on board. I don't like that guy. I don't trust that guy. Gavin said beware a Screech, and then he ended up dead. So trying to stay in his good graces, I think that just all got blown out the fucking water thanks to this knucklehead. But yeah, any of y'all happen to have a hunting rifle or something in case he happens to come out into the park? I don't really want him walking around towards me.
Well, we're just gonna shoot him? We don't have any reason to.
Don't we though?
Okay.
No,
Listen, I got
you're
some
right.
extra cash. Why don't you buy yourself a hunting rifle?
I can't shoot. Do I look like the kind of
Look,
guy that?
I can shoot.
Or no, why don't you buy yourself like a derringer or a piece you can hide on your person?
Yeah.
Just because any self-defense.
I will accept this money. He doesn't know that I already have a gun, but I'm just going to use that to potentially cover the service fee for Papa Screech whenever he comes by.
How much
Not my
does a
money.
Derringer cost these days, anyways? $10?
$20?
$20.
It's a Derringer, Michael. How much could it be?
I do think Ralph though is concerned because that letter she wrote about her dreams is her
Yeah, I'll
taking
share all
the
of it.
spot in the king's seat, which kicks off everything. And also she talks about having a mask, but the king doesn't have a mask, so he's kind of like this weird, like he's trying to figure out what it means.
The stranger would
that-
have the mask in the book.
Right. Like, is the stranger inviting her to take his place, or and I'm not like he's got some occult, he's got some mythos, but he's just pondering it in his mind of like what role does Fowler play? It's
You
more
could
of an
always
open-ended
spend a
question.
yeah. You can always spend a Cthulhu Mythos point to give like some information.
You should do that.
That's
I'm
pretty
gonna
big.
do it. I'm gonna
Oh!
do it.
Ooh!
All right.
I got 2 points. It's only half of them.
Bayaki.
Well, you're sort of like you're in the back of the car and you're just flipping through this
No,
book
not the car. No.
over and over and over again, and you're just reading those passages about the dead king. What is, but so if the stranger is the king, the stranger wearing the mask of the dead king, what if Rosa Fowler's role is the dead king and the stranger is going to wear her mask? And as you sort of think about that, you sort of look out into a city that is partying, covered in masquerade masks, and you think about those last few passages of the play where there is no city but Carcosa. You think about what Avedon told you, and it. What if New Orleans isn't here at the end of Mardi Gras? So why don't you lose me 1 point of sanity
Checking. Yep.
and 2 points of stability?
Okay. So he is I'll just say he's 7 out of 8 sanity. So I don't think that
Don't
hits
lose
us
that
at
pillar,
a
no.
yeah, okay.
No.
Okay. He's not going to vocalize this, but he's coming to the thought that Rose, like, if you can't tell who the king is or the dead king is, she needs to go. But he doesn't want to inform the others that he's trying to figure out if he's willing to kill someone that he might just might be this. So yeah. He's not looking great in the back seat.
Well, the good news is she doesn't have any other staff at the house, so it'd be terrible if a fire broke out there.
Yeah. Be a real shame if someone showed up at 8:00. No. Okay. Yeah, great. Ralph is just in the back seat losing his mind slowly. Carry on, you three.
I don't think we have a fireplace in the office. It's on the 3rd floor.
Set a fire in the trash can.
Yeah, let's do a fucking trash can fire.
So
Barrel
are you
fire.
are you
that.
going to burn Breach's copy?
We should burn our coffee.
Yeah,
Well,
we
now
should.
hang on a minute. They mentioned that Bouchard is a big collector of antiques and exotic items.
You
Do
think
you
we
think
can
he may
use that
be-
as an in?
Yeah, you think he may be interested in getting one of these copies? You said like Avedon, whatnot. They said that it was very rare,
Right.
so it could potentially be a bargaining chip. If he's already working for the crew, he's seen this shit already. He just may like it. It's not like you're going to be sharing it with anyone new.
I think
On the
we
other
just burn
hand-
both copies and say we have it.
Yeah.
Because we
That
can
should
just
be
lie.
Listen, you're the detectives.
I'm sorry, are you saying burn the... can we wait till we're done with this? There might be clues in here. Right?
I think you're done with it.
Yeah, he's probably like a little pale at this point of like... I guess...
What do you think? This is tough. I'd rather just burn both copies. Destroy the temptation.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not hearing any dissent.
yeah, go for it.
He'll put on his white gloves, grab the book.
And as we
Into the
sort
barrel
of
fire.
into the barrel fire, as we sort of zoom in on the smoke curling around the yellowed pages. That's where we're going to end this session of Tell Me, Have You Seen the Yellow Sign?
Where we're
Yes.
definitely winning, I
Yes.
think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's
I
no
mean-
winning.
Look, this time we didn't actively
possible.
hand something to the bad guy. So,
Except our identities.
well, that doesn't matter.
With a giant neon sign saying, "Come kill us now because we just fucked you over."
Well,
Listen,
he
they're
made
gonna
a
be
neon
dead or we're
sign.
gonna be
Yeah,
dead.
We're
so.
not gonna go
I
step
think
into
one of those
the
is going to happen sooner than later, unfortunately.
Well,
Because
then maybe
one of those
buy the
sides
rifle.
has a few $1 million at their disposal.
I'll let
That's
Chet
true.
in there for a few minutes, and we'll have a few $1 million. Hey, look, this place looks like a bank. I mean, let's just. There we go. All right, awesome. Well, thanks for listening to another It's a Live actual play, but let's do Stars and Wishes before that, before I forget. Yeah, who wants to lead?
My star, I think, is Beth with jabronis.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the star.
okay, great.
That really got a chuckle out of me every time it came up. Yeah.
His catchphrase.
My other star was I thought of getting Screech out with out with the meeting, like getting Screech to do a little call for you too. I think that's something I hadn't even considered as a possibility. I really like that.
Which I'm sure that won't backfire at all. It'll be great. Completely according to plan.
My wish is, well, I'm excited for some doors you've opened up this session. We'll say that.
Always getting into trouble.
Lex doing the Kermit scrunchie.
I really, really hope. I guess here, my wish is for Avedon to. I can't tell if he's gonna be just like I can't leave ever, or if he's gonna come hunting for us, and I can't wait to see where that's going.
Oh, Avedon's dead, dude.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, for sure.
He got snatched
He
in the same way that Gavin
No,
did.
he shot out the window though, which is the
Yeah.
weird part.
Yeah, as
but-
if he saw one of those giant bird things
Yeah,
coming in
maybe.
after him. Because,
maybe.
yeah.
Nah, he's
Because no
fine.
one
He'll live
else
forever.
reacted, though, really, which is the same thing as Gavin.
That's true. That's true. Al,
Another
he's
body
fine.
to look at.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maybe that'll
That's
give
my
us
wish.
another clue.
More dead
More.
bodies. Oh,
More bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. My star is, boy, it sure feels like King in Yellow. Shit's popping off. Bad stuff is happening.
yeah, my wish is just for the next session. Like, I'm really excited and intrigued. This is a fun mystery.
I feel like when it goes down, it's gonna go down. It's gonna be bad, and I can't wait for that. That's my wish. Stars, great setup, great potential. You have a lot of potential energy right now.
Yeah, it's certainly a scenario that like starts as a snowball and rolls into the way that it like sort of gets bigger when it rolls down. That's definitely sort of how the scenario feels. Like when I read it, and the last time I played it too. Like it goes, it certainly goes. Did you have a star, Lex?
My star was also jabronis.
Oh.
Just because that really made me laugh. And I was trying to find no ways to reference that.
My star is for Alex and his B&E.
A little crime.
That's why you're a private investigator, not a cop.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. I thought that was fun. Yeah, I said more dead bodies. Honestly,
Yeah.
that is a wish.
Might be ours.
We can actively make that happen.
We have the resources.
Yeah.
Next
Look, if
session, I
somebody
am
buys that rifle.
tearing my shirt
All right.
for a wound. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's my wish.
Great. I think that's everybody. Well, great. Let's see which wishes are granted. The bodies is almost certainly going to happen. And maybe we'll find Avedon's dead body with a little sign that says "I told you so" on it.
More cold
Which,
glass so we can make some cold stone.
ooh, see, I'm wondering if that's actually glass or if it's like a scale or something. Like, is it like a
Doesn't
shard of a
stop us from
thing?
making ice cream.
I was
It
gonna say,
really
like,
All
I
I'm saying.
am strongly debating just like keeping one inside of a drinking glass and be like, there we go, always ice water. I can
It's
sell this.
like
Could sell it.
Cthulhu radioactive, and you're just drinking out of it. You guys feel cold all the time.
Listen, there's folks out there with radioactive toothpaste, and they're gonna
Yeah,
start with the
true.
watches soon.
True.
Worst things you can have.
It glows in the dark. Awesome. Well, now I'll say thanks again for listening to another RPG Reanimators It's Alive actual play of Tell Me, Have You Seen the Yellow Sign? We have. See you next week.
Answer: yes, we have.
Yes.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to check out the RPG Reanimators podcast for horror scenario reviews, interviews, gaming discussions, and more.